The 1960s were a time of change, freedom, fashion, and unforgettable elegance. But beyond the mini-skirts and the music, there were the scents. Perfumes that didn't just smell good, but told stories of rebellion, romance, and sophistication. Today, we're counting down 10 perfumes from the 1960s that will take you back in time. From daring leathers to dreamy florals, these aren't just fragrances, they're memories in a bottle. Let's begin our journey. Diorling by Dior, 1963. When Diorling launched in 1963, it wasn't just another perfume. It was Dior's answer to the confident, modern woman of the 60s. Diorling was bold, green, leathery, and utterly unapologetic. This wasn't the shy floral your grandmother wore, it was power bottled up. Think of women who weren't afraid to stand out, women stepping into boardrooms, women daring to live differently. Diorling smelled like liberation with elegance stitched into every note. Even today, if you ever get the chance to smell it, you'll feel that rush of fearless chic. Jicky by Guerlain. Next, we step back into something even more timeless, Guerlain's Jicky. Yes, it was born way before the 1960s, but the decade gave it a renaissance. Why? Because the youth of the era rediscovered its daring edge. Jicky was one of the very first fragrances to mix natural and synthetic notes, lavender, vanilla, tonka bean, creating something shockingly modern for its time. In the 60s, it became the go-to for free spirits, artists, and those who wanted to rebel against cookie-cutter florals. It's not just perfume, it's history lingering in the air. Lelong by Coty. At number 8, we have Lelong by Coty. Introduced in the 1920s but cherished well into the 1960s, it was Coty's answer to the great classics of its time. With a blend of florals like rose, jasmine, and ylang-ylang, warmed by vanilla and musk, Lelong felt soft, powdery, and elegant. In the 60s, it was the scent of quiet sophistication, the kind of perfume women wore to luncheons, dances, or those intimate evenings when they wanted to feel unforgettable. Its name means the magnet, and true to form, Lelong drew people closer, leaving a trail of gentle allure that's still remembered today. Vivre by Molyneux. Now, if you wanted glamour with a twist in the early 60s, Vivre by Molyneux was your ticket. With its rich chypre structure, herbal, green, and earthy, it was all about sophistication. Vivre wasn't designed for the timid. This was the perfume of cocktail parties, velvet gowns, and evenings under glittering chandeliers. It whispered, "I've arrived." And the name says it all, Vivre means to live. This was a scent about embracing life, fully and unapologetically. One spritz, and suddenly the night felt endless. Canoe by Dana. Canoe might surprise you. Technically a men's cologne launched earlier, but by the 1960s, women had claimed it as their own. Fresh, citrusy, and light, Canoe broke away from the heavy perfumes of the past. It felt crisp, youthful, and casual, perfect for afternoons in the park, drives in a convertible, or even sneaking into a beachside dance. This was the scent of young love in the 60s, playful, breezy, and forever tied to memories of freedom. Chamade by Guerlain. At number 5, we have Chamade by Guerlain, released in 1969. With its lush blend of hyacinth, blackcurrant bud, and a warm base of vanilla and sandalwood, Chamade was both green and sensual, bold yet romantic. It reflected the spirit of the late 60s, freedom, passion, and a new openness in love and life. For many women, Chamade wasn't just a fragrance, it was a declaration of feeling, a scent that mirrored the excitement and vulnerability of falling head over heels. Indiscret by Lucien Lelong. Now here's a rare gem, Indiscret by Lucien Lelong. Though its original creation predates the 60s, it was still treasured throughout the decade. Indiscret means indiscreet, and that name fit perfectly. It was sensual, mysterious, and just a little bit dangerous. The kind of perfume that lingered long after the woman left the room. This was the scent of whispered secrets, candlelit rendezvous, and daring confidence. If Diorling was power, Indiscret was temptation. Bal of Versailles by Jean Desprez, 1962. Number 3 brings us to pure decadence, Bal of Versailles. Launched in 1962, it was rich, baroque, and dripping with sensuality. Imagine walking into the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles, chandeliers glowing, gowns rustling, and music floating in the air. That's exactly what this perfume smelled like: amber, musk, and a swirl of spices. Bal of Versailles was adored by Hollywood stars and glamorous women worldwide. Elizabeth Taylor famously wore it, and it became a signature scent for those who wanted to feel like royalty. This wasn't just a perfume, it was a coronation. Eau Imperiale by Guerlain. Number 2 takes us back to Guerlain once more with Eau Imperiale. Though first created in the 19th century for Empress Eugénie, it lived on vibrantly through the 1960s. Why? Because Eau Imperiale was refreshing, sparkling, and timeless. With notes of citrus, rosemary, and neroli, it was the ultimate elegance splash. Think mornings in the French countryside, a silk robe, and sunlight streaming through tall windows. It wasn't heavy, it was refined. Eau Imperiale proved that sometimes the simplest fragrances last the longest. Eau Bleue by Guerlain. And finally, at number 1, we arrive at Eau Bleue by Guerlain. Its name means the blue hour, that magical time just after the sun sets, when the world feels suspended between day and night. Powdery, floral, and gently sweet with iris and vanilla, it carried a quiet elegance unlike anything else. In the 1960s, Eau Bleue was the perfume of romance, nostalgia, and fleeting beauty. For many, it became more than a perfume. It was a memory, a feeling, a moment frozen in time. And there you have it, 10 unforgettable perfumes from the 1960s that take us back to a world of elegance, freedom, and timeless beauty. Each bottle was more than just a fragrance, it was a snapshot of an era. Which one of these scents brings back memories for you? Maybe your mother or grandmother wore one, or maybe you've been lucky enough to find a vintage bottle yourself. Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more journeys into the world of vintage perfumes. Until next time, stay timeless.